What's going on, everybody? I'm back with another video for my Omi homies, and as you all know, we got our first look earlier in the week at the brand new Omi Utility Program. I'll be giving you my thoughts on that in this video, along with my thoughts on whether or not a $10 Omi is realistic. So stick around, there is a lot to talk about. If you like the content, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Now let's get into it. It's Black Friday, and Omi and all other crypto assets are on sale. At the time of this recording, Omi is down to around 0.0052. It dropped below the 0.006 mark for the first time since mid-September. Of course, this is due to the new strain of COVID coming out of Africa. It tanked the stock market. The crypto market has tanked. It is what it is. I'm not going to go into detail about that in this video. I wanted to focus on the Omi Utility Program, details of which were released earlier in the week. Now, we've been waiting for this utility plan for quite some time, and I've been waiting for it because I wanted to assess whether or not a $10 Omi is truly a possibility. Now, the idea of a $10 Omi was made popular by Cavell Anderson, and since he started talking about it, it's been debated within the Omi community. Originally, I said that is out of the question. There's no way that we can hit $10. Now, I was waiting on this information to reassess. So I'm going to give you my thoughts on it at the end of the video. We'll go through the highlights of the utility program. I'm not going to go too in depth because other people have already done that, and it's been out a couple of days. So I'll just be going over a couple of the highlights. All right, and at the end, I'm going to crunch some numbers, all right, and give you some numbers on the percentage of tokens that would have to be burned along with the market cap to hit certain price points in the future, all right? So stick around, and we'll get to that. Now, recently, Daniel Lee has stated in one of his videos that he does believe that a $10 Omi may be possible, and he stated this because of the new utility that's coming to the token. All right, now tomorrow I will be having Daniel Lee on the channel. It'll be my first ever live stream, so join us for it. 2 p.m. Eastern, we'll be streaming live. We'll be talking about the Omi Utility Program. We'll be talking about Omi price action and whether or not a $10 token is possible, and we'll be answering all of your questions as well. So join us for that live stream. Should be a lot of fun. So as I said, the first look at the Omi Utility Program dropped on Wednesday night. Now, it's important to note that this is the first iteration of the utility program, and it will evolve as the project evolves. Now, my first impression of the program was, it was all right. I wasn't blown away by it. It didn't blow me away. I wasn't disappointed by it either. It just didn't blow me away. Now, maybe that's because we already knew about many of the features that were mentioned, and there just weren't many major surprises, all right? But I do believe that it's a good thing that they got it out. It represents a step forward for the project, and I do believe it's going to evolve over time. So now let's go over some of the highlights. Now, I think that the biggest step forward with this program is that the Omi token will finally be integrated with the VV app in a meaningful way. Now, Omi will be integrated into the following key areas of the VV experience. There will be the staking program. There will be secondary market trading with Omi. There will be the Omi drop raffle, premium market listings, and accessory purchases. So there are different staking tiers, and each tier offers a different set of rewards. From Tier 1, which includes accessory purchases with Omi and premium market listings, to Tier 2, which in addition to that offers access to Omi drop raffle, secondary market trading in Omi, and you can also burn NFTs for points. Then you go down to Tier 3, the Omi 1 Kenobi tier. And in addition to those things, you get to display your mint number next to your NFTs in the showroom. You get to rent out your collectibles and earn passive income. You get unlimited showrooms, expanded AR features. Now, what I do find interesting about this system is that there is a fast track, and if you don't want to stake for a certain amount of time, you can burn your Omi in order to get to the next tier. So that's new and interesting, and one of the ways that Omi can be burnt. Now, a lot of members in the community are upset that you can't earn an Omi yield from staking Omi, and there are a couple of reasons for this. One is that Omi is a deflationary asset. It's meant to be burnt. It's not meant to be redistributed to other token holders. In addition to that, Omi is a utility token, and it is meant to be a commodity, not a security. And when you offer staking rewards to token holders, you're kind of treading into security territory. If you saw what happened to ADA on eToro recently, eToro just delisted ADA in America out of fear that it could possibly be construed as a security due to its staking program and to the fact that people can earn ADA yield by staking. All right, so that is a second reason why you will not be earning any yield by staking Omi. Now, Tier 2 stakers will have the ability to purchase NFTs on the secondary market by using Omi. And a positive feature out of this is that the buyer will also be required to contribute a small portion of the Omi transaction to the burn wallet. So this utility feature will help accelerate the burn rate, as will the drop raffle system. Users can participate in the drop raffle by using Omi tokens to purchase a drop raffle ticket. The more tickets a collector has relative to other drop raffle participants, the greater the chance of success. Now, those successful in the drop raffle can purchase their chosen collectible, and the Omi for all drop raffle tickets the winner purchase will be burned. So this will further decrease the circulating supply. And then there are accessories that can be purchased with Omi. They will generally be non-branded high edition items, allowing collectors to trick out their showrooms. Now again, Omi that is spent on accessories is burned. And then there are premium market listings that collectors can choose to spend Omi on, and Omi that is spent on the premium market listing will be burned. So there will be a number of different ways to burn Omi from circulating supply based on this utility program. And as I mentioned earlier in the video, I do think that the biggest reason that some people were underwhelmed by the program is because we've already heard about a lot of these features in the past. And so there were no real big surprises. But the more I read through it, the more satisfied I am with this first iteration of the program. So now let's get to the fun stuff and whether or not I think that Omi can hit a $10 price at some point in the future. Now, there are 4 ways that Omi can and will be burnt. The first is the one that's been existing, where for each transaction in the Vivi app, Omi is burnt from the reserve wallet. All right, and that's been going on, but it has not affected the circulating supply. It will sometime down the line once that reserve wallet gets drained. All right, the second form of utility comes through this program that I just went through. The third way will be through the additional token burning mechanisms brought about by the Viviverse, which this article does not mention at all. So there will be more mechanisms coming down the line. And of course, the fourth way is Omi utility outside of the ecosystem. Now, David, you mentioned this in the last AMA. He stated that his goal is to have Omi used in transactions by businesses and things like this, all right? So now the future price of the Omi token will be determined by the overall market cap and the circulating supply. Now the fully diluted circulating supply will be about 300 billion Omi tokens. That'll come about sometime early next year. And if Omi were to hit a $50 billion market cap and all the Omi tokens were in circulating supply, the price of Omi would be 16 cents. Now, I do think that Omi will one day have a $50 billion market cap. And so the more Omi they can burn, the higher the price will go. So if they are able to burn through 50% of the circulating supply, one Omi token will be valued at 32 cents. If they can manage to burn through 66% of the circulating supply, an Omi token would be 50 cents. They would have to burn through 80% of the circulating supply to hit 83 cents and 90% of the circulating supply to hit $1.66. Now that would of course be a tremendous amount of Omi burnt. It would take a very, very, very long time if it's even possible at all. So in order to hit that $10 price target, we have to move up in market cap. Let's take a look at Omi at $100 billion. Is it possible that Omi could one day hit $100 billion? Well, Roblox is currently at $70 billion. If Vivi acquires the Pokemon license, if their user base grows exponentially, and if the Viviverse is a big success, I do think that it's possible that Omi could hit a $100 billion market cap at some point down the line if all things go well. A fully diluted token supply would put the Omi token at 33 cents, but of course we know that it won't be fully diluted. So let's say they are able to burn 50% of circulating supply. Then we're looking at a 66 cent Omi. If they're able to burn through 2/3 of the token supply, we're talking a $1 Omi. They would have to burn 80% to hit $1.66 and 90% to hit $3.33. So we are still nowhere near $10 with 90% of circulating supply burnt and a $100 billion market cap. So let's say Omi goes to a $200 billion market cap. We would still need to burn through 90% of Omi tokens to hit $6.66. So in order to get to a $10 Omi, we'd have to burn through more than 90% of circulating supply or increase the market cap to $400 billion. And at that point, we'd have to burn through 87% of circulating supply to hit that $10 token price. So do I think a $10 Omi is possible? Given the information that we have, I do not. I don't believe that a $10 Omi is in the cards based on the information that we have right now. Is it theoretically possible? Yes. Well, am I open to reassessing that down the line? Yes. But as of this moment, I do not believe that we can hit $10. And that's because I don't see the market cap getting to a $400 or $500 billion. That is a big market cap. To put that in perspective, Disney, which owns Marvel, Star Wars, the movie franchises, the theme parks, the merchandise, the IP and licensing, they own all of that, has a market cap of $275 billion. They've been around for decades and they've been hugely successful, one of the most successful companies in the world. All right, so I think a $50 billion market cap is possible. I think a $100 billion market cap, if we're running on all cylinders, is possible. But even still, I don't think that they will be burning 90% of the token supply based on the information that we have. Now, once the Viviverse comes out and we see how many tokens are being burnt and the pace at which they're being burnt, we can reassess. But as of right now, I don't believe that a $10 Omi token is in the cards. I think it'll possibly hit $1 to $2. Now, of course, I would love for the Omi token to hit $10 someday. I just don't think that it's probable. It is theoretically possible. I don't think that it's probable based on the information that we have now. That could change if we see that they are able to burn more than 90% of the token supply, but that needs to be proven, all right? And what also needs to be proven is that we can get to 1 cent, 2 cents, 3 cents, 10 cents, $1 before we can start thinking about $10. Now, let me know what you think down in the comments below. What do you think about the utility program? What do you think about the idea of a $10 Omi token? Again, a reminder that I will be talking to Daniel Lee about this tomorrow on my first ever live stream. Join us, 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Follow me on Twitter, and if you are an Omi homie and like the content, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. I hope you all enjoy your weekend. Stay happy, stay healthy, and stay safe.